Shut up, Rashala. What the hell are you doing? Okay, welcome to a very quick rundown on how a new player makes money off the hideout. Now, I'm a player that only gets to play Escape from Tarkov a few days a week, but I have the opportunity to visit my computer in short bursts during the day every single week. And so that's why I've decided to use crafts and the flea market to fund the sessions that I get to play Escape from Tarkov, and it allows me to run the setups that I want to run because I don't have to grind all the time and do scav runs and so on. I do those as well, but this allows me to maintain a good economy whenever I play 2 to 3 times a week. So let's start with the scav case. Now, when you're starting out in Escape from Tarkov, you will hear about an item called the OFC. It's these tank shells that you have to find in raid and deliver to Prapor. Now, I've received them when I from the scav case when I use the 6,000 rubles option, and that's why I continue to use that option to get the chance to get those OFC shells for that particular quest. So that's the first thing. Whatever else they bring back, I will just sell it or vendor it. But I use that option specifically to be able to complete that quest from Prapor, where you need to get those OFC shells, which are quite rare to find in raid. And whatever the scavs bring back or that you craft in the hideout, it's considered as in raid, which is why I choose that option. Now, in addition to the scav case, I have a few different production lines going. They're going all the time. So the first one, of course, is the Bitcoin farm. It's the reason why the generator is always working, and it's the main reason why I decided to use the hideout to make money. And so my Bitcoin farm is usually at it's usually at 1 or 2 when I check it. I check my computer 2 times a day usually. It's currently at level 2 with 25 graphics cards. So if I check my computer before work and once in the evening, it almost never stacks up to 3 Bitcoins and then halts production. So in addition to the Bitcoin farm, which is probably the best source of guaranteed income here, is the hatchling moonshine production line. And so, of course, you need 2 components for this. It's sugars. I believe you need 2. I can't see right now because it's in production. I believe you need 2 packs of sugars and 1 purified water. Now, the purified water you get from the water collector, which requires water filters. I believe roughly 2 water filters will yield 3 purified water. And the purified water is roughly twice the value of the water filters. So just buying them off the flea market is definitely worth it. And if you run out, you can, if you run out to interchange, there's a lot of them that you can loot in the storage departments, or Ollie, I believe it's called. Now, the sugar, that's another story. So usually I will craft sugar from Alyonka chocolate bars. You need 2 of them to make 1 sugar, but you should always check if it makes sense to buy them off the flea market. So I will always just check the flea market. Right now it's at 15.9. That's a good price. So I will just I'll just buy them. So that was 15.9. Let's see what sugar's at. So I need 2 to make 1. So let's check sugar. Okay, this is not that bad. So probably right now at 35, I would stock up on sugar. Now, of course, these items fluctuates in price all the time, so you would have to check it yourself. But I will usually try and snag cheap chocolate bars to reduce my cost of sugar. So that's one of the production lines. Sugar and purified water into the moonshine. And I will just sell that off on the flea market, because a lot of players are buying them to fund their scav case, where they use this option, which will yield significantly better items. However, I'm not on that particular option right now due to the mentioned OFC quest with Purpore. Okay, so that's 2 of the production lines covered. That's Bitcoin, which is self-explanatory, and the moonshine supply chain. Now, another one that I use is I will do a 2-step process to make M995. Now, at the current point in the wipe, this is the ammunition you want to use with your M4s and your ADARs. Unless you don't want to use the best ammo and you want to save some money, maybe you use 855 A1. But anyway, what I do is I will do this option first to get the green gunpowder. The smoke grenade you can just buy from Purpore. The M67s you can also buy, but you can also just buy them off the flea market, which is what I do right now because I haven't unlocked the quest with Peacekeeper yet. But usually I will just buy those items to get the gunpowder eagle if it's profitable. So I think you need 2 hand grenades and a smoke grenade. I could be wrong about that because for some reason I can't check it right now, but I believe that's what you need. But anyway, if it makes sense, I will make the gunpowder, and then I will just buy the OFC off the flea market. Now, of course, if I find OFC in raid or it gets delivered to me by the scavs, I will deliver it towards the quest with Purpore. But otherwise, I will just buy OFCs off the flea market to get this production line going. It's always been profitable since I've been starting to do it. And if the M995 is set at a low price, like it is right now, it's at 1300 on the lowest one. Let's say 1350 or maybe 1380 is the current price. I would just hang back and use the ammo for myself, or just stack up. And so that's the second production line, using the grenades and the smoke grenade to make the gunpowder, and then buying the OFC off the flea market to make M995. Now, there's another production line here that I just started doing, which basically is using the expeditionary fuel tanks. I'll buy them off the flea market, or I'll get them in Ollie on the interchange. And when they're done, I will simply buy up the other mats that you need. You need a few bolts, you need a few screw nuts. I think you need 1 metal cutting scissors, and you definitely need 2 expeditionary fuel tanks. But here's the kicker: they can be empty. So once you have that, I will make 1 magazine case and I'll sell that for profit. Okay, so there you have it. So I use the scav case right now for questing. That's why I use the 6,000 option. I've never lost money using that option, but it's a great option to use if you don't want to bet that much money each time. I then make hatchling moonshine using the sugar recipe here, and of course producing purified water. I make Bitcoin, of course, but the ones that maybe is something that not everybody's doing is I'm using the grenades and the gunpowder and all of that to make M995 to fund my ammo needs. And of course, I use my leftover empty fuel tanks to make magazine cases and make money that way as well.